to let me know I have some people. I have people out there who are watching, because I did promote this on YouTube. But if I don't have anybody out there at the moment, then that's fine too. I mean, people can just jump on as it goes. So right now I am at Waikiki Beach. I'm standing in the shade right now. I'm behind Fort Arusi. My phone is a little bit off. I thought I figured out my gimbal, but if I can find a flat place, I can balance it out a little bit. But yeah, if there's people out there, please chat. Send me a chat so I can at least see that I'm up and going. So today is December 6th, 2020, and tomorrow is Pearl Harbor Day here, which is December 7th. So for those of you who are youngsters, that day is December 7th, 1942, when the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor. So now, of course, the irony now is that most of our tourists come from Japan. Go figure. But yeah, I mean, things evolve, things change. And just a second. So what I'm going to be doing is just walking around. I'm just going to be walking around the Waikiki Beach and just point out some sites and things like that. So please subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more. I was hoping to get some feedback from you guys to find out maybe you'd like to see something specific. And so I believe I am public right now, so that's a good thing. But yeah, let's go take a walk and see what's going on the beach. Today is a Sunday, so it's actually really slow for a Sunday. In Hawaii, usually weekend is the beach day, right? But I guess every day is a beach day here. My gimbal is acting strangely. I charged it last night. I hope it's working. Okay, wait a minute now. I'm going to turn it off for a second. So if you see a little jerky movement, just me repowering the gimbal. See what happens. Looks like it's not responding. That's the last thing I need. I wonder why. It's not one thing, it's another. So I'm not quite sure why my gimbal is not responding. Is this a brand new gimbal? Well, it's not actually brand new. It's not brand new. It's used, but it shouldn't be that old. You know? I don't know what that's all about. Let's see. Just a second. Alright. Okay, hang on. It's tilting that too far to the right. So let me pull it to the left just a tad. That's the thing about this gimbal. It seems to be really particular. Yeah, of course, now that I pulled it that direction, now it's tilting the opposite direction. Go figure. Bear with me. Okay, that looks better. That looks better. Oh, some guy with a leaf blower. That's just what you need. That's what we all need, a leaf blower guy. Okay, so I did reboot the gimbal. Didn't seem to help. Why didn't it help? There we go. Alrighty. Something kicked in. Let's see if this... Yep, there we go. We're moving. Perfect. Okay, so let's go this way first. Sorry for all that mess. But here, this is something interesting. This is the Army Museum here in Waikiki. There's a sign up in the back that says Army Museum of Hawaii. And this definitely got hit during World War II when they came in and the planes were shooting at it. I don't see if they still have the bullet holes. Maybe they do. I think they do. Oh, I think you do. If you go up there, you can see these impressions of against the wall. So I think they left the bullet holes in there. I wonder if I can go up there just to take a look at bullet holes. But you can see it actually. There's like a trail of bullet holes down the side. I wonder if they dug the bullets out. But you know, that's definitely part of the history of this building. You can see that. Those little indentations on the outside of the building. Wow. But yeah, on the inside there's like a museum with all kind of weird memorabilia of the World War II and other American conflicts. So if you're into that thing, that's definitely a little attraction you could see here in Waikiki. I'm not sure if it's still free. I think it was free a while back. I don't know if it still is. I haven't been in there in a while. But anyway, so we're starting behind the Army Museum, which is on Fotorusi, which actually it is a military installation, but they pretty much do recreational stuff here now. I believe there's some activity on here, but not a lot. Okay, So, I want you to notice something when we get out here. It's the leaf blower again. Okay, so we're going to see Diamond Head from here, but I'm really surprised some people don't know what Diamond Head is. But I want you to notice something here. You see these piles of sand right here? And the big pile of sand in front of me? Okay, so the beach here has been eroded by this ocean, clearly. As you can see over here, you can see how the beach is really slanted sharp down. It's because, but what happens is they have to bring in new sand. And the new sand comes from Australia or New Zealand. So it's kind of funny when you have people who, let's put it that way, ironic that when you have people who come in from Australia and they go to the beach and it's like, well, this is Australian sand. The sand followed us. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can go out on that little pier. Maybe I can get a better view of things. They're getting scaffolding here. So I guess this is part of the Waikiki Hotel, this beach area. And the Waikiki is the military hotel. Oh, but look, see, they got little pontoon bikes or whatever. Water sports, I guess. Not kayaks. Okay, good. Okay, so here we go. Something very iconic. Diamond Head. There it is. Diamond Head. I gotta take pictures from here one day. But if you look, you can't see it from here, but this far down there, there's actually not a lot of people on the beach, even this is Sunday. But yeah, let's see how far we can go out. So, this side, by the way, is okay, this is the opposite side of the Waikiki beach part. This is the Waikiki side. And before the tall building on the right is the Hilton Hawaiian Village. That's the main tower. That's very famous because it has like a mural, a rainbow mural on the outside, on the left side, right about here. And when we get on the other side, if I go in that direction, you can see it. You can see it better, definitely. But yeah, you notice there's not a lot of people in the water even, particularly on this side. Do they fish in here? You know, I got a new little GoPro for it has its own water case and stuff. I was thinking about, excuse me. Oh, the water's coming up. I'm standing in water. But anyways, yeah. So this is the famous Diamond Head. And it's just, you can see on this side, there's not a lot of people on the beach at all. A little more down on that side by the Waikiki side. You can see all those little umbrellas. But yeah, so I'm thinking Which direction should I go? You know what? I'm gonna go to the right, which is toward Diamond Head, and we'll see what we can see. All right, here, let's get going. Oh, somebody's digging sand. By the way, there's to use these full pontoon things, you gotta pay for them. It's not like, oh, let's use this, No, you gotta pay for it. Oh, I see. So that's how it works. You gotta dig a hole. Okay, here we go. There is a easement over here. People taking selfies on Waikiki Beach. Okay, there's no, it doesn't go through to the opposite side. The opposite side. Let me do that. Ooh. Almost got hit by the water. Okay. So we'll go through the inside part. Okay, so, they have a little concession stand called the Steak Shack. Here we go. So here we go. As we bid farewell in that direction. Okay. So I believe the hotel on my right. This is, by the way, when I'm walking, is like an easement to the beach. And then when we get to the other side, I can show you the Army Museum. And they got, one day I might go there. I've been in there a couple of times. Or I might at least do a separate video for that. But I definitely have been wanting to do live streams for quite a while on my other channel. But look what I found. Oh, it's not a piece of garbage. I thought something interesting. But anyway, okay, so as we come out of this little easement, we're going to be heading toward Kalakaua. But here again, here is the Army Museum. Oh, shoot. Sorry, still learning how to use this gimbal. There's the canopy there for the Army Museum. And if you see that there's like tanks and stuff like that in the front, like old time World War I, maybe World War II stuff. And they have this little art thing of the tikis. So you can see the sign here. So I don't know if I'd be able to do a live stream inside the Army Museum because the whole thing is a it's a bunker. It's like total concrete because it's an actual fort. Oh, here we go. Here's a sign right here. I don't know how to do zooming with this gimbal right now. So I'm still learning. By the way, if you just popped in, please subscribe and give some comments so at least I know some people are out there. But yeah, so this hotel we went into, it's not the Reef, it's the Waikiki Shore. The Waikiki Shore Hotel. This one here is the Reef Hotel. And it's got that kind of old Hawaiian look with that slanted roof. And I honestly don't know how old this hotel is. It just kind of has that same characteristic of the older hotels back from the 60s. Oh, by the way, here, I forgot to mention, is Trump Tower. Good old Trump Tower. Trump I don't think he actually owns this hotel anymore. I think he sold it out because it was like a condo hotel. And I think he sold it, but it's required to keep his name. Because I think he sold off the units. I will go into the Reef Hotel one day. Okay, so by the way, this is the similar walk to the one I did the other night, but this is the gelato stand. Okay, so this is this big wall here. Let's see. The other night I pointed this out. This hotel is behind this big wall. Of course, the reason I guess it's closed up is because of the pandemic thing. But the Halekulani is like one of the most ritzy hotels, I guess you could say, in Waikiki. And it's one of the top hotels that gets like a 5-star rating all the time. So the price on these rooms are pretty expensive. But you think several hundred people, employees of this hotel, were laid off because of this pandemic thing. Isn't that sad?
If you want to get to the beach again, go down here. There's another path that will lead you back to the beach.
Okay, thank you.
How do I know? I love you. And trust me, it's not all what you do. It sucks. Yeah, they say that the 8.8 is supposed to be interstate.
Yeah.
Talk to interstate if I'm on an island.
Right.
I mean, come on. And the rent here.
Yeah.
I got lucky because I'm a veteran, but I got lucky just to get a studio for $600 a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that like Section 8?
Huh?
Was it a Section 8?
Craigslist.
Oh.
By pure luck. I just got that seminar, so I was like, screw it, I'm going to do it. Called the guy up, he's like, yeah, $600 a month.
Cool.
Mine. Met him the next day, handed over $1,200. Right over here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but if you want something even cooler,
Yeah.
follow me.
Okay.
I'll show you the inside secret.
Cool.
Where are you from?
Here.
Oh.
But I've never done like this kind of stuff.
Oh, so you're from here, but you never done this.
Yeah.
Secret societies. Inside secret. It's, I discovered this when I first got here over a year ago. And I was on the streets for 9 months. But I discovered all the little back alleyways that all the people go through. You know, the old people.
Yeah.
So I followed one of them one day. I'm like, holy crap. You're from here, but I've never, you know where we are, right?
Yeah, I know exactly where we are. But I just never walked the path like this. I usually just stay on the outside. Oh, so this is the Royal Hawaiian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the Royal Hawaiian Resort, the,
Sheraton.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know about that, the next one over before you get to Surfboard Alley, right?
The what?
Surfboard Alley.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I wonder what if they ever found that guy who burned up the surfboard. There's a guy who burned all the surfboards on by the top shop.
Yeah, yeah. I heard about that. There was like about 500 surfboards that went up.
Yeah. I was there. I actually saw it.
Oh wow.
That, why would you do it right next to a
Police
pop
station.
shop? I mean, come on, really?
Well, some people say that it had something to do with that other thing that happened by Diamond Head.
Oh,
That shooting thing.
yeah. But those were two different things. Where you're back there. $40 for mac and cheese? What the hell? No way I would pay $40 for mac and cheese. Would you pay $40 for mac and cheese?
No, not for mac and cheese.
Better have one hell of a good side dish to it. Anyways, you know where you are now, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, there's a little secret.
Cool. Thank you for that. Mahalo.
Good luck to you.
Okay. Okay, so we're actually on the, see, that was a guy, he hands out coupons and stuff like that. And this is, by the way, the pink hotel, the Royal Hawaiian Hotel, the one that's very famous and you see on the beach in the pictures. So this is the inner side of it. Okay, so this is like their Christmas decorations. I showed this last night when it was all lighted up, or the other night. But let me see if I can at least show you the front of the Royal Hawaiian. So, that was just an interesting little walk we did to get there. like back road stuff, you know. They got statues all over the place. Cute, the duckies. They get duckies in here. Oh, here. Duckies. Isn't that cute? Oh, sorry. I am learning how to use this gimbal. But here's a nice wine bar. All empty. Open but empty. No tourists. The hotels are only allowed to have like a 25% occupancy. Okay, so let's see. This is the Sheraton Waikiki. This is the Sheraton Waikiki. Look how empty the whole parking lot is. New entry. This is the Sheraton. And this is the Royal Hawaiian with the pink lady. One day we'll go into the Sheraton when I get enough subscribers. So if you've just found this channel, so please subscribe so we can go and see stuff. But yeah, that's just the back of the hotel. Huh. I was trying to find the front. I guess it's further down. This is not the front. This is just like a courtyard area. You know, they often film TV shows here at the Royal Hawaiian. I don't know how it's really countless how many they've shown, but my favorite one was always the Charlie's Angels episode when they came to Hawaii. And then there's a scene where Kate Jackson is like in one of the rooms. So I don't know if that was like, you know, they call that soundstage and a mix of soundstage and location videoing. But the front of this hotel, I guess it's further down. Okay, so they have a stage here where they do like hula shows and entertainment, local entertainment. Oh, here we go. Check this out. I think this is it. Mahalo, thank you, Royal Hawaiian Center. I think this is the entrance. Did I hit pay dirt? I don't think so. It's a spa. I think this is the entrance of the Royal Hawaiian. But it's like a winding little road. Yeah, here it is. I guess this is see people taking pictures for stuff and they just like use it as a backdrop. But here it is. The Royal Hawaiian. I'm learning how to use my gimbal. Sorry. Right here. The big pink hotel that you see and postcards, pictures on the outside, you know. And this is an area on the inside with the banyan trees. I'll tell you a little interesting little tidbit about banyan trees. Just a minute. But yeah. So, Royal Hawaiian. And we will go in there maybe, hopefully one day. Again, as I said, when I get more subscribers, we can do that. So I am going to go around the other side now. There's a little family here taking pictures. But see, look at these little haciendas. It looks like a little hacienda, actually. That type of architecture. And the way that everything's kind of put together. But if you look at the balconies, they have like the Hawaiian seal in the center. But definitely the Royal Hawaiian is one of the older hotels here in Hawaii. The Royal Hawaiian and the Moana and some of the smaller hotels along Saratoga Road are some of the real older hotels here. But the oldest is the Moana. The Moana is so the Moana Hotel, it was built like in 1901, right at the turn of the century. But anyways, let's get past these guys because they're taking pictures. But we'll go in there if you guys are interested one day. They got, they got that old Hawaiian feel to it. Let's see what's going on in there later. Okay, so let's bring it down. This is a path. They have a path that goes around to both sides. Oh, okay, so here's things that go to the beach. I don't think it goes all the way through to the beach, but they have like, lounge area, pool. This is a back by the trash cans, but I'm pretty sure it comes out to the street. Or maybe there's an easement to the right side. Oh yeah, you see it? The surfboards. Okay, so to the left, when you go through that hole over there where the trash cans are, there's a Cheesecake Factory. So this is the back side of the Royal Hawaiian Shopping Center. So if you look all the way down there, you have a Maui Brewing Company. And then you have this surfboard row thing. And then going all through the back alleys, man. It's good to know actually the tourists learn this kind of stuff when they meander around. Oh, let's go check this out. So at least you get to see stuff, right? So, okay, here we go. Okay, so here we're closer to the beach and we're closer to Diamond Head. See that? And the little pink umbrellas is the Royal Hawaiian. the back of the Royal Hawaiian on the beach side. And they're all not, I guess they're not, the restaurants aren't open because of the pandemic thing. And we got boats. People want to do boat rides. But definitely, everybody's collected in this area pretty much. Okay, let's see if we can go down the back side here. If there's anybody out there, I don't know if you guys are chatting. I haven't checked the chat recently, and it's not popping up on my screen, so I can check in a few minutes when I get into a shady area. Oh, we're live chatting. I wonder why. You know, I had 5 subscribers on my YouTube channel. Duke's is open. So there are people in there. Duke's is a very famous bar in Waikiki. Okay. It's like trudging through snow. So, surfboard rentals, more cruises. People roasting and toasting. This is the Moana Hotel, the oldest hotel on Waikiki, as I said before. So, anyway, see, this will, just walking through the sand will give you a workout. And walking through the sand with the mask on. Let's take the mask off. Okay. So, when we reach the surf lifeguard station, we're gonna get off the beach. One thing I can say is my shoes are full of sand. I was not prepared. Okay. Don't think so. Looks like back there was a French woman being French. Let's put it that way. Oh, check out that board. You see, there's a thing underneath that cuts through the waves and lifts her off the ground. Isn't that kind of interesting? Oh, there's another guy with one out there. Oh, he did a wipe out. I just noticed that now. I've seen those boards before, but I just never seen one. Or actually, I've seen them on the internet. I've seen them on TV. Just never seen one in actual action before. Anyways, let's go into Kalakaua. So the other night I came here and you see those rocks. Okay, so it was too dark to show you the rocks. So here now we're in the daytime, and let's see if I can see that plaque that's there. Okay, so the plaque is written in Hawaiian, and there's a Hawaiian version and a English version about what these are. It says the stones of life. Legend says these stones are the living legacy of 4 powerful Tahitian healers who once resided near this site at a place called Ulu Ko'u. From the court of the Tahitian chief, the names of the 4 were, I wouldn't even attempt that. It's a Kapa'e Mahu, Kapunui, Kapuni, Kino, I think that's an H at the end, Kinohi, and Kahaloa. So they came from Mauna. Wow. Okay, that's some serious Hawaiian going on there. On the island of Rai'ae, long before the reign of, wow. Okay, so this is some serious Hawaiian history going on. The Oahu chief during the 1500s. Wow, I wouldn't even attempt those names. The fame of the healers spread as they traveled throughout the islands admiring their miraculous cures. When it was time to return to their island, they asked that 2 stones be placed at their ulu ko'u residence and 2 at their favorite bathing place in the sea. So 4 huge stones were quarried from Kaimoki, and on the night of Kane, thousands transported the stones to Ulu Ko'u, and they did a bunch of incantations, fasting, and prayers lasting a full cycle of the moon. So that's like 28 days. The healers then gave their names and mana, or spiritual power, to the stone before departing for their home. Okay, so that's what these stones were. So they're supposed to be like power stones. Okay, in 1997, the stones were raised onto platforms and fences were built to honor and protect them. The largest stone was estimated to weigh 7.5 tons. As a part of the project ceremony, the Tahitians from that island where they came from presented a stone from the healer homeland, which they called Ta'au Ea, the life, it says in parentheses. Their ancient stones are part of the spiritual history of Waikiki and the native Hawaiian people. They remind us of the need to preserve and honor Hawaiian unique heritage for generations to come. Okay, good, very good. Yeah, I mean, you'll find other places on the island that have stones that are like gated, and they're usually, in this case, it's not a burial thing. It's just a way of honoring particular people. But there are other places on the island where you'll have stones, and they're wrapped around with gates, and those are usually burial grounds. And the stone is just a way of marking human remains and honoring the people who are buried there. But in this case, this is not a burial ground. Very interesting, though. The things you uncover when you go on an excursion. Yeah. Okay, so we are on the main strip of Kalakaua, right next to the police station. And I am right next to the Hyatt Regency. See this, but this is the Hyatt Regency. The 2 towers of the Hyatt Regency. One of the tallest buildings in Waikiki. And they got tons of little stores on the bottom. The rents here, the guy I was talking to earlier, yeah, definitely the rents here are outrageous for the most part. He was lucky. He said he got it like for $600. A studio. Well, that's all you need, right? I've seen studios go for anywhere from $1,200 to minimum like $8. But anyways, here is the famous statue of Duke Kahanamoku. And Duke Kahanamoku was an Olympic swimmer, and he won, I think it was 3. Could have been more. Gold medals in the Olympics. Let's see. But he was the guy who introduced surfing, I believe, to the mainland. So all you guys out there who are surfers, this is the guy that you need to thank who introduced surfing there. He was the famous waterman. And when they made this When they put this statue up, there was like a little bit of a controversy about him facing, about it facing the water, but it not facing the water. They always said that he should have been facing the water. But let's move forward. So, like every other place, we got homeless people. Okay, so Waikiki has a bunch of banyan trees, and they're very picturesque. If you see them, you can say, "Oh, let's take a picture of that," right? Because let me tell you the situation with banyan trees. And I'm not gonna say that. Oh, by the way, this is the plaque for this area. It's called Kohio Beach Park. Let's see that. Okay, so this banyan tree, any banyan tree, and they have a whole bunch of them by Kapiolani Park further down if we reach there, because I'm going to be wrapping it up pretty soon. But in order for a banyan tree to exist at all, it has to engulf or assimilate another tree. It's because it's a parasitic tree. So at one point there had to have been another tree on the inside of this tree in order for this to grow. And what happens is those tentacle things, that's how it will literally devour another tree. It will literally devour another tree to grow, and it will wrap itself around it until it's no longer. Oh, check that out! Those two birds are going at it. He's jumping on his back. Is that how birds do it? Oh my! But yeah. So that's just a little tidbit about banyan trees, that they are parasitic trees, and that there's another tree of some kind on the inside, probably a coconut tree or something like that, and it just assimilates it, takes it over, and feeds off of it, and it establishes itself. Someone's having a 16th birthday. But yeah, this is more stuff from the beach. The area on here is a stage, and occasionally, I can see. Why do I keep moving like gimbal all kind of weird places? There we go. This area right here, this flat area, is a stage, and this is where they do hula shows. When we have regular tourists coming, this is like really nothing compared to what we usually have. We're at quarter capacity at best. Some people are, of course, trapped in their rooms in quarantine. But back when we were up and running, this particular thing had it had hula shows and entertainment. Okay, so the other night I came down here, and there was this hotel ahead of me. And this is the Espacio. And I was just saying that this is like probably one of the more expensive hotels out there, because one floor is one room. And I think it rents for like $3,000, $4,000 a night. Let's have that. And it lights up really nicely, and so you can see that on the other video. Golden arches, eggs and things. I was surprised that the eggs and things have been around since the 70s, 1970s. It has its own longevity. So, and I was just talking about how they locked up all the benches and tables. Maybe somebody else did some kind of podcast going on out there too. But yeah. So this is another angle of the beach. You can see that now. You can see the Pink Hotel from the outside. Does it look familiar? And behind that is the Sheraton. No, this is the Sheraton. Is it? No, that's the Royal Hawaiian. Right? Royal Hawaiian. Halikoa. So that's what it is. I think it's the Halikoa. So next time if we ever go in the opposite direction, we'll take a look at what's on the opposite side. Oh, you can see an airplane taking off in the background. You can see that. It's right there. But yeah, if you look out there, you can see little boats and stuff. The water is actually really nice on the South Shore today. This is the South Shore. The North Shore, the waves were pretty high the other day. I mean, like I think it was, I don't know if it was 50 foot, but definitely it was, it was weight out type of thing. So we got decent waves today on the South Shore. Okay. So coming up on the ending pretty soon, but I want to go out into that little pier I was on the other night. And let's see. And I'm probably going to do one on Kapiolani Park, a little bit of the history on that. But here is this used to be the Pacific Beach Hotel, and they still have there's like a big aquarium on the inside, and they still have it in there with, sharks and stingrays and I don't know if they'll let me in. The other day they wouldn't even let me sit on the front. Okay, here is coming up on a little landmark here in Waikiki. Okay, so normally there's a little this little fountain here will be filled with water and little waterfalls and such. Okay, I'm gonna put the camera on the opposite side of the street for just a second. Just let some people pass. Okay, so right here, you can see that. There it is. You see the church? Okay, so that's St. Augustine's Church. It's one of the oldest churches in Hawaii. But the building in the front here is actually new, and I think it is the museum, the Father Damien Museum. And even though I think it is, or some kind of learning center, but there is an artifact from Father Damien that's in the church downtown, in Our Lady of Peace, the cathedral downtown. But this is a new center. It's been here for less than, I think, 2 years, 3 years. And it used to be like a gated area, and there used to be the guy who used to sell. He'd sell these Chinese paintings. These paintings are replicas of master artworks that were made in China. And he would sell them on the front gate. Okay, so here We have Prince Kohio. I believe this is Prince Kohio. Let me just double check. This statue. Prince Jonah Kohio. Kalana Aneole. From 1871 to 1922. Yeah. So this is the guy that Kohio Avenue is named after. And I'm not sure who he was in terms of who he was related to in the royal family. I think it was Kalakaua, but I'm not 100% sure. According to this, it looks like he might have been a senator to the. I think he might have been a senator. I'm not. Commission on Culture and the Arts. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure. I think there was one of the royals who was a senator to the United States, but yeah, I mean, if you're going to send somebody, you might as well send a priest, or a prince, right? Okay, so. Alrighty. So here's another view of Waikiki Beach, and it's actually a nicer view, because it does get it all. Let me go out there. Let me see if I can get both sides. Ooh, birds. Speaking of birds, a couple months ago, I went out on my balcony, and I was just standing out there. A bird landed on the balcony railing, and then all of a sudden, another bird and another bird. Pretty soon, I had 72 birds on my balcony. I kid you not. Okay, so this is a rocky place here, but let's check this out. I'm not going to go all the way out because I want to get hit by a wave. But yeah, this is actually a very nice postcard view. Get the Royal Hawaiian there. Probably Koa in the background. Sheraton, actually this is Sheraton, I think. Moana. Hyatt Regency. Ocean Bay. This is like a little panorama. You can even see Diamond Head a little bit from here. You get the kiddos. Ocean. Very nice postcard view here. And down in the rocks they have crabs and things like that, and sea life. Next time I come out here, hopefully I'll bring my GoPro with the water case, and I can actually stick it in the water and share some underwater footage with you guys. Oh, there's a crab here. I don't know if you can see that. Let me go down. There's a crab. A rock crab. It's not. I don't think it's a sand crab. You can see that. It's right by those holes. There's a crab right there. See him moving? If I get closer, he'll run away. But there's a bunch of crabs out there. They blend in with the rocks, so they're hard to see. But yeah, when we go walking near the rocks, I'll point them out to you because they're kind of cool. I don't know if I think some people they got the guts to eat them if they can catch them. Oh, he just jumped. Okay, so let me bring my thing up. Got Lifeguard Tower. I'm walking like on a really thin, rocky way here. But I thought that was a really cool picture. Okay, so the gentleman that you just saw on the left with the yellow sash kind of like across the top, that's like traditional Hawaiian garb for when they do like ceremonies. You can see him and stuff like that up there. Oh, here. They have these plaques that give you a little bit of a history on people. In this case, this is about Prince Kohio. And you can always stand by and take a look at that. It's a Waikiki History Trail. So they have these little markers, and there's a map that actually has the numbers on them that you can, as you go by and do sightseeing, you can, oh yes, it does say that here. It says from 1902 till his death in 1922, Kohio represented Hawaii in Congress. He is shown here with a delegation from Hawaii. So yeah, he was Hawaii's congressman, I guess you could say, for that time, because Hawaii wasn't a state yet, but he represented it. Local Republican Party. So he was a Republican. Yeah, that was back in the day when Hawaii was Republican, I guess, at some point. But in the most part now it's all Democrat. But you know, honestly, I don't think that they might not have voted Democrat this time around. This is the Marriott Hotel, and reaching up to the end pretty soon. And I'm gonna go out into that little pier, and then that'll be where I ended the other night because my gimbal ran out of juice. You know, my gimbal is supposed to have battery life for about 4 hours, and this is, I don't think it's been 4 hours. Another Lifeguard Tower over there. So that's the Aston right there. That place that was the Espacio, I think it was in Aston also. And here are those bike rack things where you can rent a bike. I think it's like $15 a month for a month bus pass, or it's like maybe $5 or $3 an hour. But yeah, it's like the rental's like 30 minutes. So I think you can buy like a day pass. So Aston, there's like a Starbucks at the corner, and then down there is the zoo. And the zoo lost its accreditation. I don't know if it's regained it since then, but I know it lost it. The last time I heard it lost it. And I think it had something to do with they didn't have the right kind of staffing. Like they needed so many veterinarians, specialized veterinarians on their staff, and they couldn't pay them enough probably to get anybody. So they lost their accreditation. Now, as I said, I don't know if it says art on the zoo fence. Oh, that's bad. So here we go. This is where we left off the other night when it was too dark. that scaffolding in the background, if you can see that, that's where they do movie nights for the city. And I don't think they're doing it now because of this pandemic thing, but they used to do movie nights, and then businesses would come out and do like little tents, food tents and things like that. And then they showed like feature films, things that are kind of off the screen now, but yeah, I mean, anybody could stop by. It was free to the public. Okay, so here's that view now. I showed it to you the other night. And I think they call this the wall. So this is the wall. If you look at the photograph on the thumbnail for the other night, the night walk, there's a picture of this with nice calm seas. So this is when it's all alive and everything. Now there are other places on Oahu that are not this crowded, or maybe have like a different type of group, because not every beach is swarming with tourists, okay? And in this case, I don't think that today's people are tourists. A lot of them are just locals, like the surfer guys, surfer folks. The surfer folks are locals for the most part. Yeah. There we go, a little bit higher. Dang it. There. I didn't even catch all that. So this is the picture postcard view of Waikiki. All the way out there. Now if you look all the way out to the distance, you'll see mountains. Like right over here in the back. It's the mountains. That's the west side. And if you go all the way out there, there's a tanker. So, let's see, right about here. Here, on the edge where you see the mountains tapering off. I think that's a tanker, but there's several tankers, oil tankers, that are out there on the coast. And the reason that they're there is because that way they don't have to come in to when they ship crude oil here. They don't have to come in to the port because maybe they're too big. So what they do is they pump the oil onto a smaller boat, which are those tankers there, and those tankers will bring it in. But they stay out on the coast 24/7. Interesting, yeah. But all the way out there on the edge where I was pointing, right about here, is like White Sands Beach near Makaha. I don't think you can see Diamond Head from Makaha. I think it's too much around the corner from that. But definitely you can, White Plains Beach, which is a military Barbers Point type of area. That's I think the last place where you can really start to see, you can still see Diamond Head. I'm gonna go home and see if I can find my footage for Pearl Harbor for tomorrow. And then maybe I'll do a little short video on it, or just show you my trip out there. I took the trip before this pandemic thing, so nobody's wearing masks and stuff like that, and the place was still open. It's open now, but I think they have all this social distancing thing, so it's probably harder to get on there. And in the background, you can see Diamond Head right there. And yeah, I was going to tell you a story about. I was coming back from mainland a couple years ago now. I haven't been off the island in a while, but check out the little boats. And we were flying in, and I pointed out the window because we were just passing Diamond Head. And he goes, it was a young man, really young man, probably early 20s, and he goes, I go, there's Diamond Head. And he goes, what is that? And I just, I was like, what? How did you not know what Diamond Head is? You're coming to Hawaii. It's like one of the most iconic things that are here. I mean, there's certain things that are iconic, right? I mean, about Hawaii that you think of if you know anything about it. You don't necessarily have to be here. But, things like Diamond Head is a symbol that's been used on logos and all kind of stuff like that. But, or at least, hear the name of it. So... And I'll tell you the story about how it got its name on another video, walk stream. So this is where we're going to call it quits for today. But thank you for joining me. Subscribe. Hit the notification button so you'll know when I'm live or when I'm posting another video. I'm not going to do a walk tomorrow, but I probably will post something regarding Pearl Harbor. Based on my Pearl Harbor trip, maybe like a little synopsis of what happened. I remember that trip I broke my glasses. But yeah. Anyways, thanks for joining me if you did. I don't know if my chat is working. I hit chat a while back and nothing popped up any time during this stream, so I don't know if people are getting it or because it's posting onto my site. Okay, and I think there's some funny business with YouTube because I had like 5 subscribers and then all of a sudden it disappeared. So people were unsubscribed from my channel. Don't know why. But yeah, so YouTube is being funny there. I guess their algorithms are just unsubscribing people. If you're out there, this has been live for the past 2 hours, I think. Oh no, wait. I started around 11, so about an hour and a half. I've been on for about an hour and a half. And thanks for joining me. Let's see. I don't know if my thing cut off. Wow. I think I lost it. I lost the feed at some point. But nobody told me anything. But anyways, thank you for joining me. Sulo out.